there! Welcome to this week's story time. I'm a rabbit, and I'm a wolf, and we're going to be introducing this week's story time topic. This week, we're going to be reading stories all about unusual friendships. So let's start with a song about friendship. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle's round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Yay! Have you heard that song before? If you have, let's sing it one more time so that you can sing along. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle's round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Woo!
Wow, what a great song! Thank you to the Wolf and the Rabbit for singing that song with us and for introducing our topic this week. We are going to start story time with this book called Snail Crossing by Corey R. Tabor. It's published by HarperCollins. So thank you for permission. All right. Snail Crossing by Corey R. Tabor. One lucky day, Snail was out scooting around when he saw the most beautiful sight. A field of plump, crisp cabbage just across the road. "Well, you won't stop me," said Snail to the road. Snail had been traveling for some time when he decided to take a break. "Why, I must be nearly there," thought Snail. All right, look at that. Do you think he's gone very far? He feels like he's gone pretty far, but there's the middle of the road. He was watching the grumbling gray clouds when he felt something coming his way. What it was, Snail couldn't say. Some things are too big and fast for snails to ponder. "Well, you won't stop me," said Snail to the thing. What's the thing? Is it this? Is it a car? Snail was cabbage-bound. Nothing could stand in his way. "Hey, you're standing in our way. We've got a road to cross here," yelled a troop of rowdy ants. And they probably would have carried on like that if it hadn't started to rain. "Rain!" cried the ants. "Help, help, help!" Cabbage-bound or not, Snail couldn't just leave them there. "Come in," said the snail. "Come in before you drown." "Tea?" asked Snail. "Oh, please. Thank you. That would be lovely," said the ants. Click, and the lights are on. "We're sorry about earlier. Terribly sorry. Sometimes we get a bit antsy," said the ants. "Oh, I know the feeling," said Snail, and he told them all about the plump, crisp cabbage just across the road. Said the ants. When the rain stopped, the ants said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, and goodbye." "Well, I hope you'll come back soon," said Snail. "Count on it," said the ants, and off they went. "Now, where was I?" said Snail to himself. Oh, yes, Snail was cabbage-bound. Nothing could stand in his way. Snail was scooting right along when he noticed something standing in his way. "Lunch," said the hungry crow. "Well, you won't eat me," said Snail. "Can't you see I'm cabbage-bound? Evasive maneuvers, evasive maneuvers." Look at that. Woo, evading the crow. Honk, honk. And just like that, the hungry crow was gone. Snail was very relieved, but a little dizzy from all that spinning. Look at what he's done. Woo, woo, all the way around. Whoop. Cabbage bound, I'm cabbage bound, head in the clouds, foot on the ground. Snail scooted and scooted and scooted, and hooray! Said Snail, I made it. But where was the cabbage? Well, shoot, said Snail. Look at that. What did he do? He went this way, and then he did some evasive maneuvers, and whoops, went back to the first side of the road. And there's all the cabbage on the other side. But what was that on the horizon? Could it be? It was. The cabbage was coming to Snail. Hooray, said Snail. Snail bound, we're snail bound. Look at that, the ants are carrying that big cabbage. They're very strong. Thank you, he said to the ants. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then the new friends went inside for cabbage soup and tea, and no one felt antsy at all. The end. Wasn't that a great story? They made some new friends and they all got to have some cabbage. All right, our next story is called The Girl and the Dinosaur. It's by Holly Hughes and illustrated by Sarah Massini. And it is published by Macmillan, so thank you for permission to read The Girl and the Dinosaur. All right. There's a town beside the sea, not so very far from here, with golden sands and rock pools and a tattered, battered pier. And there's a girl upon the beach. Her name is Marianne. She's digging for a dinosaur just beneath the sand. Now, the fisher folk all worry for the girl beside the sea. She needs to find some friends, they say, and let those old bones be. Still, Marianne is patient, and Marianne is clever. And Stony Bone by Stony Bone, a beastie comes together. What does that look like? I think I'll name you Boney, whispers little Marianne. And now that we are friends, I'll be the best one that I can. But the sleepy sun is setting, and Marianne must go. Sleep tight, she says to Boney, I'll be back before you know. And when she climbs into her bed and pulls the covers tight, she offers up a special wish into the starry night. With all my heart I make a wish and dream it will come true, for Stony Bones to come to life and find me when they do. The wishing star burns bright that night, the air is thick with dreams, and a deeply sleeping dinosaur is waking up, it seems. Then a tap-tap at the window, and Marianne's awake. Her wishes have come true, and there are memories to make. A bendy neck is offered for a girl to slide right down, and magic is now promised in the sleepy starlit town. Happily together, the friends go to the sea to bob with boats and fishes, their spirits wild and free. Then on to new adventures up a winding path of trees, and they're flashing through a forest with leaves upon the breeze. Fairies float beside them on their way to who knows what, past unicorns and giants and creatures long forgot. Up they climb still higher, hearts beating boom, boom fast, till they reach a mountain summit and stop for breath at last. And as the clouds all part, they spy a land up in the sky, a magical moonlit island where night and daydreams fly. With a mighty leap of faith, our brave dinosaur takes flight, and then the pair are soaring through the dreamscape of the night, swooping, gliding, flying to that land up in the sky, in the air. And oh, what fun and magic await the two friends there. Look at all of these dinosaurs. There's so many different kinds. A party place for children and the creatures from their dreams, where anything is possible and nothing's as it seems. But slumber's pull is beckoning the children back to town. It's time to leave the island and begin the journey down. Where are all these kids going? Some are going this way, over there, yonder, down under, up, up and away, back again. Back to the town beside the sea and back to empty beds and back to secret memories to keep from grown-ups' heads. And when Marianne snuggles down and pulls her covers tight, she slips into a dream-filled sleep of magic in the night. So there's a town beside the sea, not very far from here, with golden sands and rock pools and a tattered, battered pier. And there are children on the beach with little Marianne, each digging for their dinosaur just beneath the sand. The fisher folk are happy now, and everything's all well. Look at that, all these kids digging for bones. And as for magic in the night, the children will not tell. The end. Well, I think I might have to go digging for bones. Make a new dinosaur friend, perhaps. But now we're going to take a break because I've heard that our friend the rabbit and the wolf have another song to sing for us.
Hi there. Are you ready for another song? This song is about reading and friendship. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Are you ready to sing along? The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Woo!
All right, well, that was another great song. Thanks to our friends, the wolf and the rabbit. And now we can finish off our story time with one last story. This is Lost and Found by Oliver Jeffers, and it is published by Penguin. So thank you to them for permission to read this. All right. Lost and Found. Once there was a boy who found a penguin at his door. The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the Lost and Found office, but no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from, but they ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck, but the duck floated away. He didn't know either. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he wasn't sure how. The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole, but how could he get there? He ran down to the harbor and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole, but his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. Look at that. He's so small, and there's his penguin, and here's the big ship. Together, the boy decided he and the penguin would row to the South Pole. So the boy took his rowboat out and tested it for size and strength. He told stories to the penguin to help pass the time. Then they packed everything they would need and pushed the rowboat out to sea. They rode south for many days and many nights. There was lots of time for stories, and the penguin listened to every one, so the boy would always tell another. They floated through good weather and bad, when the waves were as big as mountains, until finally they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin still said nothing. Suddenly, it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. Then the boy said goodbye and floated away. When he looked back, the penguin was still there, but it looked sadder than ever. It felt strange for the boy to be on his own. There was no point telling stories now, because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. Instead, he just thought, and the more he thought, the more he realized he had made a big mistake. The penguin hadn't been lost, it had just been lonely. Quickly, he turned the boat around and rowed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. Uh-oh, see that? He's going this way, but there's the penguin and the umbrella going this way. At last he reached the pole again, but where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Sadly, the boy set off for home. But then, the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see the penguin. There they go, they're reunited. And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. Well, what a great ending. Thank you for watching this week's story time, and be sure to tune in next time.